The Delmarva Home Show has so many wonderful sponsors. Here's our monthly Real Estate Top Performers segment. Welcome to the Real Estate Top Performers segment. I've got a couch full of great people here today. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's go around the room and introduce yourself.
Yes, hi, I'm Lori Cannon. I'm with ERA Martin Associates. I've been a realtor for 25 years.
Yeah, thank you. Jason Cook, Eastern Shore Manager with Embrace Home Loans.
And Jay Dixon, stamp man with Eastern Title and Settlements, and we have an office in Ocean Pines.
Nice. Thank you guys for being here today. So we're going to be talking about how Salisbury is the hub of Delmarva. Talk about that a little bit. Talk about the categories of people that are really choosing this area to locate to.
That is a really good question. We are good for all ages, really. We have something that draws people, no matter what age, no matter what category they are. For, say, the young professionals or the first-time home buyer type purchaser, we have all of the downtown is vibrant. We've got the folk festival coming. We have parks and zoo and all that, like good biking, good hiking, good golfing, good boating, you know, all kinds of fun stuff for people to do. And the homes can accommodate them a little bit better because we have a lot of townhome communities, condo communities, those that like that turnkey type of existence. You know, they don't want lawns yet. They maybe never will want lawns, but they definitely don't want them yet.
In that age range too, there's Warwick Community College, Salisbury University, maybe some students that are coming to this area.
We do have a lot of that, and it's funny because some of the college properties that I've had, the ones around the college, we even get parents that buy them for their college kids, and then they come and enjoy the summer, and the kids enjoy it when they're in school. So there's a lot for them to do around here, and a lot of home types that they can enjoy and still have their work environment or their school environment, but still have a lot of fun. And then we have what we call the move-up buyer, that one that's maybe had that small home but now needs
they want to expand.
A larger home. Yep, it's the expanding household for whatever reason. And they're looking more for maybe communities either with pools or with tennis courts, and we have some that do accommodate that. Several, even some that have like putting areas and stuff.
Golf courses local too as well. Yeah,
that's right. Nutters is right there, so that's a great place. My husband golfs there every Sunday.
There you go.
So he loves that. But that's a great neighborhood. You know, bigger homes, bigger lots. You know, more suburb or out in the country, rural type spots. So those buyers tend to want that type of thing. They want maybe more space for the kids or the pets. They don't mind cutting grass. They might maybe want gardens, you know, that kind of thing, and they need the larger house as well. So, and then we have a great retirement area as well because we have designated over 55 communities. But then we also have communities that aren't designated but gravitate towards the over 55. They're the one level living, they're close to town but still have, you know, resources that are just for them.
Talk about the type of mortgages that would come with those different places. Is there different mortgages for like an apartment versus a condo versus a single family home?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a wonderful question. And when you're dealing with financing, that not only does your credit and your income and your assets play a factor, the type of property that you're purchasing plays a factor as well in the use of that property. So we made a couple comments. So parents buying investment properties. So investment property financing is different than your primary or secondary financing. Condo financing has its own set of criteria and pricing versus single family. So it's really good to get pre-qualified and take that step in advance, because most people don't realize it because the terms change, the pricing changes, and the approval could change depending upon what actually you're buying and the use of what that property is going to be.
Wow, so is that, I mean, coming to you with those kind of questions, like if they find a home with Lori, but coming to you to make sure like, okay, what do I need to do differently just because they found a home that they love, is that right for them? Is that going to work for them via their mortgage?
Yeah, absolutely. I always say I'm a big options person. So once we get the credit profile and we know exactly where the borrower's credit is, then their asset, okay, and how they're going to use the property, then we can say, here's some options on how to obtain that property. Here are the rules and regs behind that one. If they're going to use or buy a single family versus the condo, and they can compare and contrast on how they're going to do that.
And it's really hand to hand with finding the house they like, getting the mortgage that they need to get, and then the title comes into play, right, Jay? Are there different titles for different properties?
I wouldn't say it's different titles, but each county is different. So if you settle in Ocean City, then we record it in Snow Hill, or if it's in Wacomico County, then we record it here in Salisbury, or in Somerset County, maybe down at Princess Anne. So, but pretty much everything, all the documents are all the same.
More from our Real Estate Top Performer segment when the Delmarva Home Show returns. Here's more from our monthly Real Estate Top Performer segment where we're discussing how beneficial it is to live in the Salisbury area.
Yeah.
Now talk about too, you guys can all chime in here, but what is the difference a lot of times? I used to live in town and now I live out of town, right? So what are some different things that you have to think about with like city town tax, or city town questions or water, septic versus being out in the country? That those differ.
Well, if you don't mind if I chime in on that one, because that's a hot topic in Wacomico County for sure. City properties, of course, you have the city services, so water and sewer are public, not private. You have your quarterly bill, but for the most part, maintenance of it is left to the city.
Okay.
In the county properties, however, we have wells and septics. And on the well side, typically there's a water conditioner because, of course, it's got to be potable. You have to be able to drink it, but in a lot of cases, there's iron in our water. So we have the water conditioners to make it so that our commodes and our sinks and our hair are not orange and our whites aren't orange, But on the septic side is where it gets dicey because we have to maintain that. So personally, each property has to. So the pumping is the responsibility of the owner. And then repairs, sometimes it just needs repairs, but every once in a while we get it where it needs replacement, and that's when we cry.
Yeah.
And have to go through the county to get whatever type they deem is necessary for that house. So.
Right. Now, Laurie, what is your favorite part about being a real estate agent in this area?
That is a really good question. If I had to pick one part, it would be that I love to nurture that person. It's a very important decision that they're making.
Yes.
So it's not just a, let's look at houses, let's pick one and go to the settlement table. It's getting them geared up for that. Sometimes it's many months in the making before they actually get to where we're settling. But I would say it's that relationship with them, and I'm more of, I think, a mother hen when it comes to the buyers and the sellers, so protective.
Sometimes the home buying process is a long process, right? There's a lot of things that go into it, and you guys have some programs that help set you guys apart.
Yeah, absolutely we do. So because it's so long and a lot of buyers are dealing with cash competition, it's proprietary to Embrace. I'm sure other companies will come along to it, but we have what's called a property value certificate program. And when you couple that with our approved to move program, you can be as close to cash as possible dealing with financing. So everyone's like, okay, what's property value certificate? So first of all, the approved to move program is where the buyer would come, we would get them credit qualified. So true underwriting. They can now make an offer with a loan commitment. So Lori has the buyer make an offer with a loan commitment versus a pre-approval letter. They've already been through underwriting. The pre-approval they have not. Then we can couple that with our property value certificate program to where we have an internal team of people that will look at the property, look at the offer price, and it can certify. Not all the time, but a high percentage of times we can certify that offer price, meaning that the buyer can now waive their financing and appraisal contingencies when making that offer. Then we just need Jay to do title and get insurance, and you're done. So, and that just takes a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety out of the offer process. And in addition, it gives the seller a lot of confidence because there's less contingencies, there's less hurdles to go through. And it's just a great way to give everybody confidence, set the right expectations, and move quickly to that settlement table.
So if you're looking for something in the Salisbury area, you've got to get in touch with these guys, okay? And there's really simple ways to do that. So Lori, how can people get in contact with you?
Anyone can reach me on my cell phone, and that's 410-251-2400. Feel free to call or text me. And my email is lori@loricannon.net.
best way to get a hold of me, you can call my cell phone, 443-859-2222, or you can email me. It's jcook, that's just the letter J, C-O-O-K, at embracehomeloans.com.
And the best way to get a hold of me is call my cell phone, 443-822-9804, or email me at j@easterntitle.com.
So much valuable information in that Real Estate Top Performer segment. The Delmarva Home Show will be right back.